born in June, and welcome to my amazing life today. So, in today's episode, I'm going to explore with you what are the questions that you need to ask yourself right now so that you can have the lifestyle that you want. Lifestyle, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be related to your own career, business, or anything. But I'm just talking about lifestyle. So I want to talk about this topic because recently I just stumbled across this book. So before I go in any further, I need to check, do some a little bit sound test so that I know that you guys can hear me. All right, fantastic. You guys can hear me perfectly. So, yep. Okay, if let's say you're watching live, please let me know like which city you're watching from. Give me a hashtag live or give me a hashtag replay. I see Pauline. Hey, Pauline. Okay, so I want to talk about this topic. What kind of questions that you need to ask yourself to get the lifestyle that you want? Okay, so this question, how it stumbled across me is like I always been thinking, do I need to be the same me for the next maybe 3 years, for the next 5 years, or would I envision myself? What would I envision myself doing if I am 50 years old or 60 years old? So recently, I asked my mom. I asked my mom, it's like, Mom, like, what would you want to do when you're 60 years old, like 50 years old? She said, I told her that I thought like I wanted to retire at 50 or 60, but she said like, when you're at your 50s, you still want to continue working because there is still some purpose of you. You just don't want to like just sit there doing nothing, right? And then it dawned on me, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So that's where I come across with these few different questions. So let me share my screen down here. All right. This few question is I think is very crucial. And we don't really ask that unless someone actually asks us. So these are the few questions that I'm asking myself. So the first question is I wanted to know what kind of lifestyle that I wanted. My answer was very simple. I don't want to like work constantly. I just want to have the freedom that whenever I want to, let's say there's a day that I want to work in Switzerland, or there's a day I just want to take, a day off or 2 days off. I know it's fine for me to do that. So I know that that is the kind of lifestyle I want. And I know that I want to continue work, not to say working, but it's something like do you guys know that the idea of you go to work, but then you don't feel like working because there is something that you love? Like for me, I love learning marketing things. Like whenever I go, I saw newspaper or any articles or any new software and toys that is related to marketing, or I really love productivity. Any software or any program, any courses that actually make me become a more productive person, whether as a person as myself or a business owner, I'm very excited. So these are the things that I know that I would enjoy doing that. So I don't mind doing that even though I retire, right? So that's my lifestyle. I want to be able to have a choice of to work at anywhere and any place that I wanted. And when I asked myself this question, right, back then I was really have to be in office all the time. I feel it's so weird not going to office. And I feel like I'm not as disciplined as I used to be if let's say I'm not in the office. So when I ask myself this question, then it come back to another question. So what kind of business or career path that that can help you to fulfill the lifestyle that you want? All right. Okay, before I go further, I want to say there is absolutely nothing wrong with you if, let's say, the lifestyle that you want, you like to work in office. So because this topic I'm doing today, I'm just using myself as a references so that you guys um can know that how I think it through. So it is okay for you if, let's say, the lifestyle that you want, it's actually to be spend more time with your family and you want to stop working. Right, I want to work is just because I love it, I enjoy it, and that's one of my purpose of life, and also that's how I discover my identity. So it is absolutely okay. Everyone have different lifestyle that we want. So if, let's say, you don't want to be like, just live your life through at the end only to find out that's not the life that you want, it's the time right now to start thinking what kind of lifestyle that will make you happy, what kind of lifestyle that you want. All right, after you think that through, the next question you need to ask yourself is, what kind of business or career path that you should go to in order to support your current lifestyle? Okay, let me repeat. What kind of business or what kind of career path that you should go into in order to support your lifestyle? All right, I speak to some of the seniors. So some of them, they say like they want to have freedom. So if, let's say, they want to have freedom, they want to be able to like being paid for their time. So that's where it makes sense for them to be like a freelance in the niche that they are doing. So that's the career path and that's the business they are looking after. So for me, because I want to have like a freedom, literally I can work anywhere and anywhere in any of the world. My goal is that I feel like there is no need to enter into office unless it's necessary. So because I know that that's one of my goals. So in these 2 years, okay, it's actually after the pandemic and the lockdown, I start get used to actually working at home, and it saved me a lot of time. Although sometimes I'm not being very disciplined, especially when you're working from home, there's like sofa, there's like different distraction. But I try to fix a same time. I work at the same time at a same desk that you guys are seeing. I try to build up the discipline. I try to build up that discipline as well to trust my team more, because we used to have this mentality that you have to go to office, then only you become disciplined. But actually, discipline, it's more of like the personal independence. If let's say you or your team members, they are someone you train them to be more independent, where they can um they can run the company without you. I think that's something very crucial, because ultimately I'm thinking, if I am one of the team member, I have a boss, I wouldn't like my boss to micromanage me. Like, that is like the worst feeling ever, because micromanagement is something like mistrusting, right? So as long as we all align the goals and we all align the key performance indicator to be like achieved, that's how everybody can don't have to like keep checking out with each other. I think that's something that's very important. So knowing that I want to go into that path, then that's the third question I ask. Okay, the path that I want to go into, it's I want to have more freedom. I don't want to enter office. I want to treat office as like a fun place to work. Okay, this is what I find out. Whenever you keep working in the same spot, you will feel like it's kind of boring, and also you run out of ideas, right? So sometimes I'm someone who needs like creativity. So that's why this kind of creativity, I feel like I only can do it in a very new environment, different environment. So this is what I discovered. This is what I did. I start going to cafe to work. Not only I can enjoy a different kind of environment, different vibe, but I realized that going to cafe, a different environment, give me new ideas in terms of creativity part. So this is one thing that I find out. So I've been enjoying that. So if let's say you guys have been facing the same issue like me, it's kind of boring to work in the same spot, you can try going to different cafe. And for different from that day, you can only do one task. It's either you want to review your work for the entire week, more like a self-reflection kind of work, journaling, or more on creative work. Creative work, it can be writing, it can be design, it can be not only designing work like graphic design, it can be designing your life, designing your business, right? Spend your time to do some thinking work with having a date with yourself. For me, I feel like this is really important for me. Okay. So the third question, how to get there. So for me, in order to get through the lifestyle that I want, I feel like I need to improve myself as a leader on how to empower my team better, like how to train my team members to become a leaders of their own. They are able to think from you, but at the same time, my side is also how important for me to think how to motivate my team, so that rather than working as a team, they are being employed, but also they can have their own business as well. Means that working with the company at the same time, they are also working for themselves. So I think one thing that I feel a lot of bosses out there, especially when we're first starting out, you are probably a sole proprietor. One crucial thing that you forget when you start your first hire is that you feel like the team member that you have, it's an employed person. I used to think that. I used to have this, not to say wrong mentality. I feel like everybody just grow along the way. I used to have this mentality where I don't actually share the profit of the company together. But I make these changes started from, I think, 2 years ago. I feel like when the company grow, everybody should have a share of what the company can afford, of course, after deducting all the different fixed costs, the rental, the electricity, all the different software that we need in order to perform work. After all the time costs that we need to factor in, I feel like in order for your company to grow, whether you're a sole prop, as you're a small freelancers who is just having freelancers help your app, I think it's so important to share your profit together with your team. Of course, ultimately, I'm not asking you to like share all of them, like, right, but then you need to find a equilibrium point where it is okay for you to share, but at the same time you're still able to support the business goal, because ultimately when a business needs to grow and need to expand, you need to invest, take the profit and invest back to the business, and your team should be part of it. Okay, so this is what I thought about it. So that's why in order to get there, I think this is very crucial for me to share the joy with the team, and also to give them the independence and empowerment for them to make the decision of on their own. But at the same time, those objective, whatever choices they're making should be aligned back to the business goal. Sorry. So sorry, let me take a sip of water. So I think in order to get there, it may not be necessary the things that you are doing. Firstly, it's about things that you do. Things that you do. Things that you want to change. You want to change. All right. And lastly, it's all about the mentality. Because if let's say you don't have the mentality, you wouldn't be able to align to how to get there, right? If let's say you aren't able to know how to get there, you do not know what kind of career path and business that can support the lifestyle that you want. So this is what I've been thinking lately, and I've been doing like the journaling and everything. And lastly, it links back to what kind of person that you want to be and how to be that person. So sorry. So to be that kind of person that I describe, I feel like I need to be someone who is very sharing, and who also leading my team, where I not only share my knowledge, but as I mentioned, also share our profit together, because that's how everybody can align our goal together. And I constantly tell myself that, hey, be the bigger person, keep learning, keep leading, and keep sharing. Because when you treat your team as part of your business partners and share whatever they deserve to them, that is how your business can grow. We can't really work alone, because if let's say you're working alone, it's our creativity level can only be tapped at a certain level. So I believe that with that saying, this is what I want to be, at least as of now, because I feel like a life is like a it's a constant learning journey. Whatever I want now is totally different from whatever I wanted 2 years back, right? I don't know about you guys. So that's why I feel like these are the different questions that you need to constantly asking yourself, like every once in a while. It can be like you ask yourself once a year, because when you have some changes in your family structure, like you're having a baby, you're having a child, or you're getting married, things will change. But always ask yourself these kind of questions, because ultimately, this is one I was saying that I think I read from a book. You don't want to work all day long until you're maybe 60s, 70s, only to realize that you didn't like your life. That's a sad thing, right? So that's why happiness is something that you can have every day. It's not like you should wait for, oh, whenever I achieve that, then only I can be happy. Whenever I make these great things, only I can be happy. So I feel like happiness is an accumulation of small things every single day. Celebrating small wins, taking care of yourself, and looking for things to be happy and be gratitude for your life. I think all this, it's a very great philosophy. At the same time, always think about, are you happy with your current life? If let's say yes, that's fantastic. And think about how to keep happiness in your life. If let's say you're not happy in any part of your life, whether it's work, it's family, think about why, and think about how to solve that. Because eventually I feel like sometimes I'm the kind of person like I know something is wrong, not is not right, but I just let my emotion to get over me. I didn't really solve the problem by asking myself, by spending time, do some journaling, and also asking myself these different key questions. So, and I want to assure you guys that you guys are not alone. And it's totally all right that sometimes we don't feel off, we don't feel like ourselves, but more importantly is how we get back up. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoying this episode, because I just read this book. Yeah, let me share this book to you guys. You guys know that I subscribe the Scribe. Scribe is a book reading mobile app. I actually pay for a subscription about $9 per month, right? So I recently read this book called Iki. Let me show you guys. Don't know whether you guys can see. Ikigai. Let me mirror. Can I mirror it? Hold on. Let me mirror my. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see it. Ikigai. I am reading this book actually, Ikigai. It's a very short book, and I actually enjoy this book. It's a very simple read. I actually finished this book in like within an hour. It actually give me some thoughts about how we should design our life, and then how should we be happy and feeling the gratitudeness in our life. So if let's say you've been feeling the same way as me, feel free to check out that book. It's called Ikigai. And also, if let's say you wanted to be able to do life just like me, create 7 days in a week, even though you're just total beginner, you do not know what to say, you're feeling very nervous, you're not confident in talking in front of camera, we have something for you. So in September 9th, we are starting the season 12 of our amazing video challenge, where we are going to create 7 videos in a week together as a team. And don't worry, there's nothing absolutely that you need to prepare. All you need is to give me 15 to 20 minutes per day of your time. So we are entering into the season 12 of our amazing challenge. I actually started the challenge back in 2021 June during my birthday month, because I realized like my students, they are not taking action in doing videos. I realized that maybe they need the push. So that's why I started this challenge. And right now we are entering into 12th season of amazing challenge. We have more than, let me count. We have more than 180 students graduated from this program. They are just like you, not able to do videos, but then throughout our 7-day amazing challenge, I give you a topic. Not only I give you the topic, I coach you, and I give you 3 questions. All you need to do is just to answer my questions and record a video. And it's as simple as that, right? Just 15 minutes to 20 minutes per day. If let's say your goal is to be able to become an authority figure in your niche, and to be able to talk, like do live anytime, anywhere. Okay, so this is definitely a challenge that you want to join, and you can join it at www.amazingchallenge.us. We're starting on 9 September for the next 7 days, and I know that you guys are going to enjoy it. So with that, so if let's say you guys have any question regarding a challenge, feel free to send me a text, and also I look forward to see you guys there. Take care. Bye.